find yourself feeling guilty for saying no to someone? How many times have we done things that have torn us apart just to do something that somebody wanted us to do? That feeling that you get after doing something for someone or with someone, and you go home and ask yourself, why did I do what I did? Welcome to the Spotlight, where we have meaningful conversations that edify, equip, and ignite the pursuit of purpose. With me, Chileshe Joyce Mukonda. Today on the podcast, we are looking at people pleasers or people pleasing behavior. So, are you constantly looking for safety, like a sense of safety and assurance in people? Like every time you're with people, you just want them to keep assuring you, like assuring you. No, are you constantly doing that? So, people pleasing streams from our childhood. As most of us did not receive a lot of affirmations, did not receive attention, did not receive affection, we didn't receive love, and we were not validated. And the only time that we were validated or appreciated was when we did something for someone. Hence, it has stuck in our heads that we must always be of service to another person in order for that person to be able to give us approval, validation, or even appreciation. So it's not our fault. It's not their fault. It's not your fault that you are constantly trying to please people. It's something that has been streamed from your childhood because of the things that you did not receive when you were growing up. A number of us were scolded the whole time. We were not validated. We were not given the amount of affection that we needed in order for us to become these confident people or these confident adults that we are right now because of some certain things that we're lacking in our childhood. Where whenever you had a complaint or whenever there was something that affected your feelings were dismissed. Whatever that you said did not count. Therefore, in your adult life, now that you have grown, you're constantly trying to find somebody to approve or to give you validation or to assure you, So Galatians chapter 1 verse 10 says, I am not trying to win the approval of humans. Am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or God? Or am I trying to please people? If I were still trying to please people, I would not be a servant of Jesus Christ. So this was Paul talking about him not being a people pleaser, because serving Christ and pleasing people are two factors that will contradict each other. If you are on the pulpit trying to preach the word of God, if the aim is to please people, you will not be able to preach Christ. And if you preach Christ, a number of times you will injure people's feelings. This is because there is always a contradiction between us and the word of God. Right? So now, who is a people pleaser? When say when they say a people pleaser, who are they? What are they referring to? Or what comes to your mind when somebody says she or he is a people pleaser? What comes to your mind? So in a simple definition, I would say this is someone who prioritizes other people's needs and desires or approval over their own, or at the expense of their own well-being. So they would do something, or they will prioritize the needs or the wants of another person over their own because they're trying to get approval from this person. So you put yourself last and you exalt the needs of another person or other people above you. So if your goal is to make everyone happy, you will live a miserable life. You will live a life that you yourself, you will not be proud of at the end of the day. You can't fix everyone. You can't fix everyone, especially trying to fix them from the very same things that you're suffering from. So most of the times, this is what I have come to realize. If there is a component or a part of you that is lacking, and you see that same thing lacking in another person, many other times that we will move towards that person with a desire of wanting to fix that person, or with a desire of trying to fill the void in that person's life. So my word of caution to you is this. My word of caution to you is this. You can't afford to please every other person that you meet in this life. And you can't fix every other person that you meet in this life. People are broken, all right? And it is not your responsibility to fix them. It is not your responsibility to make people feel good about themselves. So we are talking about people-pleasing behavior or people pleasers. So we've just defined it to say this is a person who prioritizes the needs of other people, the wants and the desires of other people above their own, because they're trying to get approval from this person. So which is usually done at their own well-being's expense, like their own, like they put themselves on the line in order to meet the needs of this other person. So we all need healing. We all need to be fixed. All of us have things that have hurt us, that have broken us. But then you as a human being, you can't fix me and I can't fix you. The only person that can fix our brokenness and our emptiness is God. So stop playing God in people's lives. Yes, you. Stop playing God in people's lives. No, it's just that she's going through a difficult time, so, and then now you want to fix her. No, it's just that he's going through, you want to fix him. You can't fix everyone. Like you can't fix it. Like you can't. So we all must be willing to lose in order to gain, because it hurts to chase after people for their love, validation, care, and approval. It's hard to chase after people's attention. It's hard, it's tiring to constantly want approval from a person. It's hard. Like, there is no amount of pain that can ever be compared to you chasing another person for their attention or for their love or for their approval. A number of us in our childhood, we chased to be seen by our parents. We did whatever that we could do in our childhood for us to just get approval from them. A number of us were not even hardworking. The ones, the number one that we passed and all of those, it's because we just wanted our parents to be able to see us. We just wanted somebody to be able to see us. So at the end of the day, we did whatever that we did because we just needed approval. Now, the issue is it was not dealt with. And now we are adults. We are constantly chasing everyone and anything. We put ourselves down in order for another person to thrive. We put ourselves down in order for them to just say, no, I like you. You know? So it's people pleasing is hard. Like it's hard. It's hard to constantly chase after people. Like I don't know how much I can stress. Like I don't know how much I can stress that. It's sad because a person who is a people pleaser is constantly feeling empty. Is constantly trying to fill a void in their heart. And then the worst part is we feel like this person or these people are the ones that can actually feel that emptiness in us. which is not not the case. Because if you're empty, if you can't find peace and validation within yourself, if you can't learn to love yourself enough, no matter how much love another person will give you or how much attention another person will give you, you will still feel empty. Why? Because that void, it's you who has the responsibility to fill it up. You know? So what are the root causes to why people become people pleasers? So remember in our intro we said it streams from our childhood based on the traumas that we experienced. And then, so number one, we'll say post-traumas or past traumas, like past traumas. So trauma is a very complex word. It's a very big word, as all of us have experienced different things. Hence, all of us deal with things differently, right? There are people that will become people pleasers based on the traumas that they've experienced, and there are people who will become avoiders, or they will just isolate themselves. They just want to be by themselves because of the things that they have they have actually gone through in their lives. So if you grew up in a household where your emotions were not heard, your emotions were not considered, if you felt like you were not loved enough as you were growing up, or if you felt like you constantly had to fight for a place in order for you to be seen, that could be one of the reasons why you have become a people pleaser now in your adult life. So it's because of the things that you experienced while growing up. And then, so the only way you were heard or the only way you were seen is when you do something for someone. So at this particular point, you feel or you know that the only way to get approval, the only way to get attention is if you do something for someone, which is not supposed to be the case. All right? So, and then probably maybe when there were arguments going on or somebody did something in the house and maybe all of you are asked to explain what had gone on, and in the moment of you trying to explain your side of the story, maybe they said, and they dismissed whatever that you wanted to say. When you grow up, you would realize that you rarely want to have situations that are confronting. Anything that has to deal with confrontation, you don't want to be part of it. You don't want to have conflicts with anyone because of where you are coming from. So our past traumas have led a number of us to actually become people pleasers. Then the other thing, number two, is fear of rejection. Fear of rejection has contributed so much to why a number of us feel the way we feel, or why a number of us are in toxic relationships and toxic environments, because we're so afraid to be rejected. More especially if you're coming from a broken home, you have this fear of not being accepted. You have this fear of not being liked by someone. And because of that, you are willing to do whatever it takes in order for you to be able to keep someone or some people. So that's number two. Fear of rejection has caused us to become people pleasers because we just want to hold on, like we just want to have something, like we just want to have something that we can call our own. Like, so you hold on, whatever that it takes, you hold on. Even if you're not treated right, you hold on because you are afraid to say, I might be rejected. Then, number three, we are saying low self-esteem. So a number of us are not confident in how we look, what we can do, most especially in how we look. Most especially in how we look, especially the ladies. You'd be like, my body and stuff like that. So we desire so much to have external validation compared to validating ourselves internally. So we seek for external validation because you're not confident enough. You want somebody to come and push you and tell you, no, you can do it, and all of those things. You get? But then it's very important that we learn to build our own confidence, our own esteem. Because if we don't, we'll constantly try to look for validation from outsiders. And people don't just do things for free nowadays. A person cannot just be there validating you, cheering you up just for mahala. So make sure that you do whatever it takes as well to build your self-esteem, to build your confidence. You must learn to believe in yourself and to accept who you really are. Yes, so that was number 3. And then number 4, we're saying culture or family expectations. So culture has really, there is a way our society tells us to put others first. All right? To regard others more than we regard ourselves. Like, we're constantly told, you have to put others first before you. So in the same likeness, we are constantly putting the needs of other people more than our own needs. You would realize that women are told, do whatever it takes to keep a man, you know? Whatever it takes. And men will pour out all their money because they are trying to be liked, you know? So our cultural expectations also causes us to be people pleasers because of the things that we're expected to do. We're expected to put others above ourselves. So, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. But if you're going to put another person above you, let it be that it's streaming out of a place of love. It's coming from a place of enough self-love that you put another person above you. That you put them above, not that you're disrespecting yourself or you're disregarding yourself. You get? Yeah. So then number 5 is we become people pleasers because we are emotionally dependent on others. There is nothing that is more draining than having a person, a friend, a sister, or whosoever it can be, who is emotionally dependent on you. Like everything about them, it is attached with you. Like everything about, like they don't want to be alone, they want to be with you. The moment you just don't give them attention for 2 minutes, they will become dramatic and whatnot and all of those things, and much more worse if it's a partner that you have. If it's a partner that you have, you feel tired, you feel exhausted, huh? And then the issue with being emotionally dependent on others is that you will constantly do things just to keep this other person. You will avoid yourself, like you will completely avoid yourself in order for you to just like get this satisfaction or get this approval from the other person. You know, where you just long for this person, like you long for this person, you know? You just want to be with someone. You know, it all brings me down to the question why some certain people fail to stay single or to stay without being in a relationship. It's because they are emotionally dependent on people. Like their satisfaction or their meaning or their purpose is tied to another person. When they do things for another person, then they find satisfaction in that. Muntu relationship, you've just broken up with the person today. 1 month down the line or 2 weeks down the line, you found they're in another relationship. How? nabamba kayino kumpostale boo, my bae, how? You know, it's because you are emotionally dependent on people, so it's hard for you to be alone because you kinda drive strength or motivation from being with other people. And because of that, people will constantly do a lot of things for the other person in order for them to just keep the validation going. So that was number 5. So remember, this is the spotlight where we have meaningful conversations that edify, equip, and ignite the pursuit of purpose. Yeah, so today we are talking about people pleasing. We have defined it to say people pleasing, this is where a person prioritizes the needs and the wants and the desires of another person above their own, with the need or with the aid of wanting to be approved. Then we have said some of the things that will cause you to become a people pleaser is when you have a traumatic past, where you were traumatized, where you are not validated, you were not loved enough, you were dismissed the whole time, you wanted to probably express yourself and stuff. And then fear of rejection. A number of us don't want to be rejected, so we are willing to just do whatever that it takes in order for us to keep this person. And then the other thing, the third one was low self-esteem, because we do not have enough self-esteem, so we're constantly seeking for approval and validation from external people, like from outside us, externally, yeah, from outside us. So hence we're willing to do whatever that it takes just for us to get the approval from these people. Then cultural expectations. Culture tells us to put the needs of other people above ours. And then emotional dependence. So emotional dependence, this is where you as an individual, you cannot survive on your own. You depend on other people. Like for you to feel your existence, there must be another person. Like you're so dependent on them. Like everything about you has to deal with another person. Hence, you're willing to do whatever it takes just to keep this particular person. So now, let's look at the negative effects that comes with people-pleasing behavior. What are some of the things that will happen to you as a result of constantly trying to please another person or trying to please other people? So remember, you can like, share, and leave a comment. Like, what are some of the things that you feel can come out, or the negative things that can come out as a result of me and you having a people-pleasing behavior? So number 1 is emotional exhaustion. So constantly trying to please people drains you as a person. Like it's tiring, you know? It drains you, like it drains you as a person, because you are constantly doing things for this person, and then if they're not pleased, you want to do more. If they're not pleased, you want to do more. You want to put in more effort. You want to, like, so it will cause you to burn out at the end of the day. And sometimes it even causes you to resent the other person if they're not able to appreciate what you're giving them. You end up resenting this person, So even if you don't realize even if you don't realize that you're doing it, you'll be exhausted because the whole time you're thinking, is there anything that I can do to make him like me more? Is there anything that I can do to make my boss like me more? Is there anything that I can do to just ensure that these people like me? Because you're constantly trying to make people happy around you. So it's exhausting. It's exhausting. And at the same time, because you're constantly putting other people above you, so it becomes difficult to even know exactly how you yourself feel. Like you even lose touch with yourself as a result of the same. Then number 2, we're saying loss of identity. So you kind of lose an identity, your own identity, you kind of lose it. This is because you're constantly trying to meet the expectations of other people. So if they expect you to be a mug cup, you become a mug cup. If they expect you to be whatever that they want you to be, you become that. So you lose who you are in trying to please these people, in trying to become their expectation, which then becomes a very big struggle for you to be able to make decisions on your own, because like you're making decisions based on what, as who, because you don't have an identity of your own. So it's It's something that all of us should work hard on to try and come out of. Because if you lose your identity, you lose your values, you detach from yourself, then what are you? Because the whole essence of being human is to have an identity of your own. So if you lose your identity in trying to fit in, then it'll be difficult for you to make decisions that will help you. It'll be difficult for you to grow as a person, because you're growing as what? You don't have a vision of your own, you don't have an identity of your own. You just become whatever that these people want you to become. It's stressful to be a people pleaser. It's stressful. It's stressful. So then the other thing is that number 3 is damaged self-esteem. So constantly seeking validation from other people will make you to lose your self-esteem. This is because the moment you do something and nobody claps for you or recognizes what you have done, you will think as if it was not enough. You would do a good job, but the moment there is nobody to say good work, you will be discouraged. You will think as if you are a failure. You will think as if you are not enough. Why? Because you're constantly seeking external validation. This is my word of caution to all of us. Let us learn to validate ourselves. Let us learn to look at ourselves and be able to appreciate ourselves and be able to validate ourselves. You can't always depend on external things to actually motivate you or make you happy. You can't. Because there are times when, equally even myself, there are times when I am low, I am down, I am operating on 0%. I am not going to have the energy to start validating you as a person, because equally I'm facing my own share of my challenges. So you will need to find ways to validate yourself. Baby girl, you will need to find ways to validate yourself. You can't depend on external factors to validate you, external people to motivate you. You can't. It's overwhelming. The moment a person criticizes you, it's gone. But when you validate yourself from the inside, even if a person says something bad to you, you'll be like, oh yeah, cool, okay. You know? And sometimes people even take advantage. When somebody understands that you constantly need them to validate you, they will take advantage. They will purposefully tell you something just to get on your nerves. And then people get... It's hard to be a people pleaser, guys. It's hard. So the fourth one is strained relationships. It will be very difficult for you as a person to have authentic connections with people. This is because you as a person, you are constantly just trying to please this person. So this person will not know whether they like you for who you are or they like you for what you do for them. That's another negative thing that comes with being a people pleaser. Like, people will not genuinely just like you. They will like you because of the things that you do for them. And a number of times, people would take advantage of you because they know you are trying to get approval from them. Because they know every time they ask for something, you will be able to say yes, you can't say no to them. So they will take advantage of you. And in the process, you as a person, because you will feel unappreciated, you will feel unseen, you will start to resent them, you will start to hate them. So the whole people-pleasing behavior thing is not nice at all. Like it's not nice at all. And the unfortunate thing is that we just find ourselves like this. Not that we want to be like that, we just find ourselves that this is who we are. We are constantly trying to make another person happy, even if the expense is our own happiness, we're just trying to do it. At this particular point, I would advise people that are parents to still young children, you people that intend to be parents, you people that are expecting soon to be parents, let's ensure that we hear our kids out, we validate our kids, we show them the love and the attention that they deserve, so that they don't get confused when they grow older to whether they should do something in order for them to be seen. Let's appreciate them, even if they've not done anything for us. Like, let's appreciate them. You don't always have to do something in order for you to be seen or validated or loved or given attention or being appreciated. You don't always have to do something. You can just be appreciated just by the virtue of you being a person. Just by you showing up, you should be appreciated. You don't have to always go out of your way in order for you to be seen or heard. Yes, dear parents, please, let's not dismiss our kids. Let's hear them out, please. So number 5 was saying missed opportunities. So because you as a person, you are overcommitted to ensuring that this person is happy. So you put your own goals aside, you put your own passion aside because you're just trying to focus on this thing or on this person. So you will not prioritize anything about you. It will just be about this person, about these people. You could have gone to school, but because your partner said no, then you did not go to school. So let's ensure that we work on this thing called people pleasing. Let's just make sure that we work on it. And then it increases your stress and anxiety because you are constantly trying to please this person. So you are ever under pressure. Ever under pressure. My Rose Mwalishta. My iPhone Mwalishta. Finish up with the Mwalishta. You are constantly trying to meet this person's expectations. And because sometimes this person doesn't even like you, so they keep raising the bar. They lower stage, it's not enough for them. So now you're wondering, what should I do to please this person? So you're constantly stressed, you're constantly anxious. The moment you call them and they're not picking up the phone at the back of your head, you are overthinking. Maybe they found somebody else. Is there anything that I can do to keep him? Is there anything that I can do to keep her? A number of us in these companies have done worst things that we shouldn't have done with our bosses because we were trying to please them and we were just trying. People pleasing is stressful now. For people pleasing is very stressful. Then number 7 is you are vulnerable to being manipulated. Like anybody can manipulate you once they know that you would do whatever it takes to just make them happy, they will manipulate you. So they will begin to do things to you, quite like Monoboka said, as if you are an instrument or something. Because they know when they say something nice and then your hype is up. When they say something bad, you are down. So it's easy for them to actually be able to manipulate you. And people will be able to explore your boundaries because you will do whatever that it takes just to make people happy. So that's the reason why a number of us are in toxic relationships. It's not like we want to be in those toxic relationships, but because we're people pleasers. And it's easy for them to actually manipulate us because they know that we need the external validation from them. So there's a lot of pressure with being a people pleaser, a lot. And it requires a lot for you to actually walk out of it. But thank God for Jesus. Thank God for the Holy Spirit, because he is here to fix us. That's our whole purpose why he died. He's here to fix us. So now, signs. How do you know that you are a people pleaser? How do you know? Number one, you find it difficult to say no. Anything that anybody says, even if you're not comfortable with it, you'll say yes. Even if it's not convenient for you, you'll say yes. Anything. Yes, sir. Yes. 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 You find it difficult to refuse things, even if it's against your values, even if you know this is not good for me. You will find it difficult to say no. Number two, you are constantly seeking validation and approval from people. Nanga ichtanina chita chitibwa. You don't know that the work that you've done is good. Then ngawakuza weivamene wachita, and then you change the plan. I actually wanted to become an engineer. What do you think? Can you manage to be an engineer? All of those things. So you're constantly trying to get approval and validation from other people. Then you are constantly sacrificing yourself. No, there is this that we wanted to do, bwanji, shanja. No, I can do it. Manjepa, at work now, everybody knows that you never say no, and you are constantly trying to get validation and approval from people. You do everyone's work now in the office. This one comes, there is this thing that I want to do, but I'm kind of a bit held up. Can you help me with it? Molipo. You've worked on it. You constantly sacrifice your sleep, your time, everything, because you're trying to please people. Then, number 4, you fear conflict and disappointing people. No, I can't stand up to him because me sinmakonda vokamba kamba, but somebody is stepping on your boundaries. What do you mean you don't what do you mean? No, I can't say no to my boss because he's going to be disappointed. What do you mean he's going to be disappointed? Let him be disappointed, let her be disappointed, way. No. Then you suppress your personal opinions and avoid disagreements. So just because somebody is audible and is confident, they've said it should be done like this, just because you don't want to disagree with them, you hold your opinion. You keep quiet. You're smart. You have what it takes. You know these things that these guys are doing is wrong. There is a better way that things can be done. But you're quiet. You suppress yourself. You're quiet because you just don't want people to disagree with you. At that company, they could have promoted you by now. But because you're constantly suppressing yourself, you don't want to disagree with your supervisor. You don't want. It's difficult to grow when you're a people pleaser. It's difficult. Then you are excessively apologizing. You've not done anything wrong. Please say, no, I'm sorry. Even people that there is a statement that people love to give. No, I'll just apologize to him or her for the sake of peace to reign. What peace is there when there is a lot of conflict and havoc in your heart, in your life? What peace is there? Somebody has done something wrong to you. Why are you the one apologizing to them? What peace are you trying to keep? Huh? Like, what peace are you trying to be? Somebody has stepped on your boundaries. They've crossed your boundaries. What do you mean you've gone to apologize to them for the sake of, you've gone to apologize to her or him for the sake of, what peace are you talking about? Ah. Yeah. No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say what I said. But she meant to say what she said. And then when things are challenging and it requires for you to speak up for yourself, you don't speak up for yourself, you keep quiet. So what really happened? It's okay. What do you mean it's okay? No, it's not okay. Speak for yourself, like advocate. Like, there's nobody who's going to come save you. There's nobody who's going to come and speak for you. So, speak up for yourself. Then it's difficult for you to set boundaries. Or you've set boundaries, but they are very porous, where a person can come, they can do whatever that they want to do. They touch you in ways that you don't like. Instead of you telling them, I don't like this, you're like, Then sometimes you are too friendly. Not that it's a bad thing to be friendly, but you are too friendly. You are too friendly with anything and anyone is your friend, and you trust so easily. You've just met this person 2 minutes ago. They know everything about... No? So remember, this is the spotlight where we have meaningful conversations that edify, equip, and ignite the pursuit of purpose. Remember, we always say, till we become, we will not relent. And today we are talking about people pleasing. So please like, comment, share, and leave a message down below. Yeah. So we jump into how to deal with people pleasing tendencies. How do I deal with this? Yes, I'm a people pleaser, but how do I come out of this? It requires a lot of hard work and a lot of intentionality, like you really being intentional about trying to overcome this, because remember, it's something that you picked up from your childhood. So you unlearning this will require a lot of time, will require a lot of practice, will require a lot of patience and a lot of forgiveness towards yourself. So let's jump into it. So number one, we're saying recognize the pattern. So be honest with yourself about when and why you prioritize others more than your own needs. Like, be true. Like, why am I prioritizing this person? Why do I always put other people first? It is when you know the why that it becomes easy for you to actually overcome a challenge as it comes to you. So why? Yes, it's because I was abused when I was young. Yes, it's because I was not validated when I was young. Hence, it has made me feel like it is important for me to always do something in order for a person to be able to prioritize me or validate me. So that's number one. Recognize the pattern. Understand where it's coming from, where it's stemming from. Why you're doing it. Is it because you're afraid of being rejected? Is it because you lack self-esteem? Is it because you're trying to not disappoint people, you're trying to uphold culture? Why are you doing what you're doing? Why is there a pattern of you trying to put other people first above you? Then number two, set boundaries. Learn to say no respectfully and assertively without feeling guilt. When something is not okay with you, just say, no, I'm not doing it. End of story. I know it's not always easy when you have been a yes person. Learning to say no is very hard. So it all starts with you. Probably, maybe you should learn to say no to yourself. The moment you realize that you want to go an extra mile for a person, so you tell yourself, no, you will not do this. After a period of time, you see it becomes easy for you to actually say no to other people when you have learned to say no to yourself. No, I will not go out. I will not sacrifice myself for that person. I can't fix that person. So no to wanting to fix that person. You set the boundaries. You discipline yourself to say, anything that contradicts my values, anything that makes me feel as if I am not doing it, no to it. Yeah, we're getting there. So that's number 2. Then number 3, prioritize self-care. So do activities that make you feel like you are enough, like you are valued for yourself. Because the issue here is you trying to get this care from other people. Now you try to internalize it. Try to take care of yourself. Try to take care of yourself. Right? Like, try to take care of yourself. Write yourself notes. Tell yourself you are important. You know, those affirmations work out. They help. I have one affirmation on top of my mirror that I always read out to myself, I think most of the times. So take care of yourself. Be there for yourself. Be mindful with how you treat yourself. Be mindful with how you speak to yourself. Be kind to, be compassionate to yourself. Then the other one is challenge negative beliefs. Okay? You are good enough. Challenge that thought that tells you are not good enough. Challenge that thought that tells you can't be accepted unless you do something for someone. Like all of these negative beliefs that you've grown up with, that you always have to do something in order for you to be approved, in order for you to be validated. Like, challenge those thoughts. Say, no, I can still be accepted. I can still be loved. I can still be given attention. I can still be accepted without me actually doing anything for anyone. Reason being, because I am a person. I deserve acceptance. So challenge those negative beliefs that comes to you. Then number 5 is practice small acts of assertiveness, right? You don't really have to just become big on saying no and all of those things. Do it. Be intentional. Small, time, you grow to it. Today, set your boundaries. When somebody comes and tells you to say, can you actually type this work for me? You tell them, actually, I have a bit of work, I am not able to do it right now. When they come again, I'm still doing something, I'm not able to do it right now. Be assertive. So assertiveness is all about you communicating how you feel without hurting the other person or hurting yourself. If you're not comfortable with something, just tell them, sorry, but I don't feel comfortable with you talking to me like that. Oh, sorry, I don't feel comfortable with you touching me the way you just touched me. Oh, sorry, I'm not able to do this for you because I have other things that I need to do. So you speak for yourself, you communicate. And about boundaries, make sure you communicate your boundaries as well. Don't just set boundaries and be quiet about it. Set boundaries and communicate. Oh, I actually don't appreciate when you touch me in that way. I actually don't appreciate when you do that. I actually don't appreciate when you do that. And then the person will be like, oh, okay. So communicate your boundaries. Be assertive. Yeah. And then the 6th thing is seek support. If you know this thing is weighing so hard on you, more especially because we have said it's coming from your past traumas, be able to communicate with the person who can help you. Just in case these things that we have spoken about are kind of something that you have failed to do, try to seek for help. Go to a counselor, go to church, speak to a pastor, speak to a youth pastor, speak to whosoever that you can speak to, and just pour your heart out, and then they will be able to help you out. So we should be able to balance between being nice to people and being nice to ourselves. You can't go all in to please people and leave yourself out. Let's ensure that we try as hard as possible to be able to strike a balance. Be considerate, even as you give out kindness. Ensure that you are not giving a huge sum of it that you remain with completely nothing. Because at the end of the day, when you give so much to people, it leaves you empty. And the question is, who is pouring into you if you're pouring so much into others? So you can't constantly pour from an empty cup. This will cause you to be resentful towards other people. This will cause you to just hate life in general. Or think as if you don't deserve the best because you're constantly pouring into people and people are not pouring into you. So this has been The Spotlight with me, Chileshe Joyce Mukunta. Yeah. Here where we have meaningful conversations that edify, equip, and ignite the pursuit of purpose. So it's possible for us to stop being people pleasers only if we can try to unlearn the things that we have learned from our past. So let me read the conclusion. I wanted to say it but let me just read it out. No matter how genuine your care, your kindness, love, or concerns are, there will always be people that will take advantage of it. Am I saying stop being kind? No. All I am saying is balance your kindness or budget it. Remember that your happiness and fulfillment does not come from people, but God and yourself. I think that alone summarizes what our conversation was all about. So from me, it's bye-bye until the next episode.